How about now? Now, yeah? It's working? Check, check. Mic check. Yeah?
I need copies. People need agenda. No. When last reports like this. And last words, please welcome Chantel, Sparkling Eyes, and Amania. I don't say Amanda. Amania Bagash, thank you, and we hope you enjoyed it. Then, who's going first? Yeah, these are my last words. I feel like this combined words will have around 30 minutes, which is broken out to candidate opening statements and question and answer, which we will start from pre-submitted questions. An opportunity for candidate to ask each question and then a closing statement. Then leave no chairs. I think so here. People are standing in. Okay, I think we need more chairs. Okay.
Yeah, we have that in the question. There's some questions. These are all the what equals. Yeah, so yeah. If you have an additional question, just ask it. If you want us to ask it on your behalf, just write it down. Yeah, I got a question. Ian suggested, since we're having word 3 and 5, he said just ask the question. So, that way, gotta say, So yeah, we'll just go word 3 and 5. Yeah, yeah. So like 4, 5.
How are you doing?
Say,
You guys recording everything? But you have like
yeah, it's going to be live.
yeah, I got recording.
What's my favorite person? Maddie, you're such a blessing. You know, I like you have a special place in my heart. Where's he? We sent him away. We told him he needs to go. We kicked him out. We're kind of nervous. Don't act like it.
I don't like it, but it's fine. As long as you have somebody to cut the mic.
Yeah, we got people here. Yeah, he went to photocopy.
I just can't say hi. I don't even properly. I just can't say hi.
It's okay. I know you are.
We're so long now. Excuse me.
We're printing something.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to get it done.
Yeah, you went to a bit more printed.
Sounds good. Isn't it interesting? Okay, see that here? See? We could get do you have a copy of the Times?
They're bringing more chairs. Yeah, I know. He said it's coming. They're bringing.
You have the best job. Oh, yes. Unless you want to start reading off your page.
And then my last words are this. Please welcome Chantel. Who's going to come?
And then once we okay. I don't need this one. Oh yeah, we do.
Here. Yeah. No, I can go. I can go. Okay. But you are going to miss it. Yeah. Yeah, 2 minutes. I can't read right now.
Chris would like candidates at the end, so maybe let's announce it. Yeah.
Can you congratulate this one? Me, I am boss for those key of the key. When you ask me to get it from there, please. We got it. Yeah, he got it.
Anything more? Just a reminder. I feel like 1 minute is not enough. Let's speak really fast. It's enough. Yeah, we should. Yeah. Jamal, are we ready to go?
Power switch on the bottom?
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it.
Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Lac La Biche Municipal Candidate Forum. I'm Hazel Costa, President of Lac La Biche Chamber of Commerce and the Lac La Biche Power Association. We humbly acknowledge the land which we are gathered on today is the traditional homelands of the Treaty 6, 8, and 10 and Métis peoples. We honor and thank them for their continued stewardship in this region. Tonight is made possible for a new level of collaboration not seen before between two major community groups which together have 165 years of history in Lac La Biche. Bringing our two boards together tonight has allowed a heightened sense of community engagement and volunteerism. I thank both the boards and our many volunteers here tonight and encourage the community to get involved and join us. We also would like to thank our major sponsor for tonight, Lac La Biche County, for their generous support. In the event of emergency, exit through the doors which are located at the back. The community hall has bathrooms located in the back and an ATM located outside in the hallway. Tonight we have a concession set up with food and beverage available, and we also have 50-50 raffle. The proceeds from both help us to operate charitable community events like this. Finally, some ground rules from our code of conduct. Tonight, we ask that you treat candidates and each other with mutual respect and courtesy. Personal attacks and insult will not be tolerated. Each candidate has equal opportunity. If you would like to ask a question, it must be addressed to the candidates and structured in a way that all the candidates will answer. Questions must relate to Lac La Biche County and be asked by a current resident of the county. Speaking out of turn, interrupting the moderator or candidates, or attempting to monopolize the discussion will not be tolerated. There is also limited time allocated per ward, so we may not get to every questions. We encourage you to continue the conversation later with the candidates you have questions for. Now to our agenda. Combined wards will have only 30 minutes, which is broken up to candidate opening statements and a question and answer, which we will start from pre-submitted question. An opportunity for candidates to ask each other question and then a closing statement. If you have any question, please come to the moderator with us. Our moderators taking over the evening from here. Please welcome Chantel Sparkling Eye and Amani Abagosh. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much, everyone. I am going to be the primary moderator tonight. I'm Chantal Sparkling Eyes, Board and Race with Lac La Biche, and I'm really happy to be here to provide an opportunity for everyone to educate and exercise their democratic right to vote. I'm going to be supported by Amani Abagosh tonight. I do apologize, we will be facing the front, but if any of the code of conduct things are broken, I will address the person who is doing it, and so I think that we're all good people from a good community, and so we will be respectful. I am going to call up 2 wards at a time, and each question will be addressed for every candidate to have the opportunity to answer, and each dual ward will have a total of 30 minutes. So we're gonna get right into it. If I could have the candidates from wards 3 and 5 come on up and have a seat.
It's muted.
Welcome, candidates. So each of you will have an opportunity to do an opening statement. Please try to keep it up to 1 minute, just for time's sake. And we will start with Helen.
I gotta stand.
Up to you.
I better stand because no one will see me at all. Can you hear me all right? No? Now? So good evening to all of you. Bonne soirée, mes amis. Tansi. It has been an honor and a privilege to have represented you for all of 8 years. I am so blessed if I'm so blessed to serve another term, I promise to continue giving it my all. I am a passionate, committed, and hardworking individual, and am extremely proud to have served on 13 committees and feel that great work was achieved by all and my contributions were valued. For 2026, I feel council must put rural first. In Ward 3, we must finish Capside Road, the waterfill expansion, and the Pomona Square. While campaigning, some asked for affordable water and sewer on Capside Road, walking trail on Capside Road, outdoor skating rinks for Pomona and Russian Village, garbage collection for rural, larger museum in Pomona, and the health of the lake. Regarding health of the lake, one of my biggest accomplishments was getting full support to no longer use the lagoons in Pomona, but to install a lift station and the sewer recenter will be in our plant, which we already had, so we're very fortunate for that. Seeing I'm only 1 vote in 9, I cannot promise to do all these across the finish line, but I will lobby hard and continue to be the squeaky wheel, since the squeaky wheel is the grease.
I apologize for that. I apologize, but we do have a timer and we do have to.
Sorry, so.
So if you hear the bell, we will turn the mic on and then end it. And I do apologize, we should have introduced that.
Go ahead.
We're good to go. Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Marcel Luliak, councillor candidate for Ward 5. I was born and raised in the general area, however, I left to pursue an education in what turned out to be a 34-year career in local government administration. I retired in December 2016, and my wife Holly and I relocated to Lac La Biche County, and we took up residency in the Churchill Gate subdivision. As a resident, I served on the Athabasca Watershed Council. I also served on the county's Municipal Planning Commission, and most recently on the county's Economic Development Advisory Committee. I strongly believe that the region has a lot to offer and many opportunities to capitalize upon. However, to realize those opportunities, we need to be prepared, and we need to strengthen an approach to local governments to instill trust and confidence that will in turn encourage capital investment in our region. To that end, I will encourage the county to foster alliances and collaborate with government, agencies, the private sector, and our Indigenous neighbors in the pursuit of mutual benefit outcomes.
Thank you.
Hello. My name is Travis Lansing, and I'm running for Ward 3, which is the Pomona area. My family has been in that area for 200 plus years now, so I have a huge vested interest in our community and the area. Pomona is a tight-knit community, and we tend to support each other. I have a passion for Lac La Biche Lake Health. I've been actually studying this for 3 years now, and there are various ways that we can achieve the goal of cleaning it up. Some of them are by introducing triploid grass-eating carp into the lake, which cannot reproduce if they get into other water bodies, modified clay solution, ultrasonic solutions. There's many more we can go through. It's a huge economic benefit to all wards if our lake is clean and healthy via the recreation benefit and mining in our economy. In my ward particularly, there's a couple of roads that need to be finished. One is the connector to 63, the other is the ring road on Lac La Biche. Right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
We do have a timer on the wall if you want to get that to support it.
Hi everyone, I'm Vic Toutant and I'm proud to be running for council here for Ward 5. I was born and raised here in the county. I grew up on a farm in Alberta area where I learned the value of hard work and developed a deep respect for agricultural lands, a vital part of our community and economy. I studied at NATE, in Forest Technology Program, which laid out the foundation for over 35 years of experience working across industry, government, and consulting. I worked in both the private and public sectors, giving valuable insight on how decisions and projects impact our land, our economy, and our people. With my wonderful supportive wife, we've had the privilege of raising our 2 daughters here as well. This community has always been my home, and I'm deeply committed to its future. For the past several years, I've owned and operated my own business, Little Divide Environmental Services, providing environmental and land management services across Alberta, British Columbia, and Saskatchewan. My clients include government agencies, industry, private developers, and Indigenous clients. Throughout this work, I've built relationships, been involved in large catastrophic wildfires in various roles, solved complex land issues, and stayed grounded in what matters most: collaboration, sustainability, fiscal responsibility, and responsible development. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bernie Bougie. I'm running for Ward 5. I'm a lifelong Albertan, born in Bonnyville, raised in Fort McMurray, and proud to call Lac La Biche home for over 20 years. I married a local gal. Together we have 3 grown children and 3 wonderful grandchildren with hopes for more. I'm deeply committed to our community and its people. Lac La Biche is my favorite forever home. I am a pro-family and recognize that all people are created equal and should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As a conservative-minded person, I'm an advocate for common sense policy, personal responsibility, and property rights. I'm an advocate for government transparency and good fiscal management. Today, it is essential that we elect individuals who will stand up for our people, our environment, our healthcare, our farmers, our schools, our industry, our faith, and work to strengthen our communities so that Lac La Biche continues to
Sorry, Bernie, we have to stop you there. I apologize.
Okay.
So the way we're going to do it now is we're going to take turns asking a question. Each candidate will have 1 minute to answer the question, and it will be the same question that you will all have the opportunity to answer. Sound good? So they have one minute to answer the question. We will keep them, the questions are clear and simple, so it will be easier to get to that 1 minute. Sound good? So we'll start with you, Colin. How will you promote fairness in contracting and ensuring that local businesses have opportunities to utilize their companies?
To spread fairness around, we have at the county, everybody must submit their company names. We need to have all your work contact numbers. We need to have your WCB coverage. There's a whole list of stuff that you need to provide to the county to be on the list. So I encourage everyone to do that. And our managers are strongly encouraged to go through the list, give everybody a fair chance. They tell us they do that, so it's up to our CEO to manage our managers so that they give a fair chance to all people in the county that want to work for us.
Thank you. We had excellent time.
Could you repeat the question?
How will you promote fairness in contracting and ensuring that local businesses have equal opportunity to be utilized for their businesses, companies?
Okay, as you can appreciate, the municipality is guided by certain laws and regulations in which how they go about awarding their procurement of products or for contracting out services. It's about making sure that those tenders are advertised in an area where all local businesses have access to that, have an opportunity to respond to them. And when you're looking at smaller purchases, I don't exactly remember the terminology, but you can set up arrangements with the vendors for purchasing products and what have you. And I think those are approaches that the county can and should be taking if it isn't already.
So, do you want me to repeat it? I'll do that every time. How will you promote fairness in contracting and ensure that local businesses have equal opportunity to be utilized?
Well, we.
There we go.
Okay. Well, fairness is, I think, about promoting what you're putting out there. So all contractors should have the ability to put in their bids if it's big jobs. And I tend to lean a little bit more towards local people than having outside sources from other provinces, other jurisdictions. Because I believe if we promote our people and give them a benefit of a doubt, but equal opportunity, it helps our economy instead of helping other economies. We want to grow our area and our district. We don't want to be promoting others. So I would lean towards going for local contractors instead of outside ones.
Thank you so much. So how will you promote fairness in contracting
Testing.
local businesses have equal opportunity?
Good question. For myself, I'm a small business too, so I do appreciate the question. To keep the playing field fair is to we have to ensure that whatever we're promoting, all of the requirements are clearly identified and posted locally. So there's a lot of skill and a lot of contractors in and around the Lac La Biche area. And these people employ local people. They pay taxes in our community and into our county. And these people live here and stuff too. So just ensuring that the playing field is level, is appropriately. I think and giving everyone a fair opportunity to participate on it.
So Bernie, how will you promote fairness in contracting and ensure that local businesses have equal opportunities?
Well, I would hope and expect that our previous administrations have put a procurement process in place that would ensure that already. However, if that isn't the case, then we would have to look at fairness and equity in terms of promoting, as previous candidates have said, local business. Because this is our home and we need to ensure that our people are basically taken care of first. So having said that, this has to be set up in a transparent way. This has to be advertised through our local newspapers and our Facebook, that sort of thing. And so really it needs to be fair and transparent. I think that's all I have on that.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. So on to our next question. How will you plan for growth while keeping housing affordable and services accessible? I'll start with you, Bernie.
Could you repeat that again, please, sir?
Sure. How will you plan for growth while keeping housing affordable and services accessible?
Well, I think that the market demands, the market dictates our housing prices. I mean, that's the reality. The best thing that we could do is promote construction in this area and create affordable housing with local contractors. And this thing's getting in and out. And I believe that through a collaborative effort with local business and our municipal government, we could achieve that.
Thank you. Would you like to introduce?
Yes, please.
How will you plan for growth while keeping housing affordable and service accessible?
There's various ways of doing that. There are some provincial and federal programs to help out with affordable housing. Another part is ensuring that we've got enough infrastructure in place. There's enough land available for development. Because when you don't have enough land available, that dictates the price, and the price climbs up. So ensuring that we're planning ahead for future growth, and that involves being involved with knowing what's going on around us for commercial developments and industrial projects.
Thank you. to repeat the question?
Sure, please.
How will you plan for growth while keeping?
Just a second.
Okay. How will you plan for growth while keeping housing affordable and services accessible?
Well, to get growth, we could use provincial of our area, which is a great place to live, and it's one of the rare gems of the province we have with all the lakes and everything. We could promote more construction of houses by cutting red tape. It seems that there's too much red tape to get through hoops and other things to get houses built in other facilities. We could also keep the people, our contractors, fully functional by having enough houses to go, and when they can create jobs and affordability is a little higher, then we'll have good paying jobs with people able to pay more, but that's not the goal. And the goal is keep it lower so that we have to build more houses to keep the costs down.
Yeah, good. So as we mentioned already by some of the speakers, is that obviously we operate in a free market. We have no control over that, but where the county can really play a role is through its land use planning documents. And perhaps there's a need to accommodate more multi-residential family as opposed to single family, which tends to be a little bit more expensive. So again, it's really sort of planning and land use tools that the county has available to use on how it can play a role on trying to bring about more affordable housing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, being last, a couple of folks over there stole my thunder. Thank you, Victor. But yeah, totally agree with my colleagues. We need affordable housing, sorry. We also need to make sure that we have shovel-ready land. Because we talk all the time about shovel-ready land, well, what is that? We need to have all the services there. We need to have the roads ready. We need to have all that stuff ready first, and then we need to form some relationships and get some developers in here and see what we can do. Maybe something like they did in Cullen Lake. They have the granny flats there. And it was very affordable housing for seniors. It's right on the lakefront. It formed some great partnerships. There was some granting from the government. So we need to work with all of those things, and I think we can achieve great things.
Thank you very much. So we're going to have community questions now from the floor. My colleague Ian Clutze will be standing here with the microphone, and he will support you in answering your questions.
So if we have any questions specific to these two wards, we have very limited time. Does anybody have a question they'd like to ask? It has to be general so that everybody can answer it. So I have a hand up here first.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Don Serafiction. I live in Youngs Beach. I've been there 10 years. I own 4 properties within the county, with some with a partnership. So I have a vested interest in this community. We have 2 daughters who are born here. I have a question for the Ward 3, Ward 5 candidates on how are you going to deal with the ideas being floated around that they might be considering selling road allowances within the community to generate economic development. And I'd like the 3 councilors to address that.
Hello, oh, sorry. Since that's one of the items that I noted in my pamphlet, I'll speak to that first. So all I was suggesting is that in some cases, there are dedicated road allowances throughout the entire county, usually in 66-foot strips of land that abut to be it quarter sections of land, predominantly is what I was thinking, that goes undeveloped, unutilized, and it's a potential opportunity for the county to afford or provide the adjacent landowners the opportunity to purchase that right of way that's undeveloped and consolidate it with their adjacent lands if they so choose. And all I was looking at is an opportunity for generating perhaps some revenue that can be directed towards economic development initiatives. But none of that would happen unless due process is followed. There's a requirement for public hearings, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my answer to that.
Thank you. Would any other candidates like to answer?
Theoretical road allowances are every 1 mile by 2 miles, and the intent behind them is to have a road allowance attached to every quarter section. You know, based on what's going on today, I think if the county pursues something like that, every case would have to be scrutinized. The issue with that is we know what's going on today, but do we have any idea what's going to happen here in 100 years from now? Theoretical road allowances are across the county in the green zone and the white zone. And I'm guessing this is more of an issue in the white zone. And by selling that road allowance, you take away the public's access to the lands because the public road allowances are owned by the province and the people of Alberta. And once they're sold, then you lose your rights to that land. So again, that would totally have to be scrutinized in every situation. I am aware of a bit of that that's happened with Alberta Housing on some very isolated incidences where there were some houses put actually in the road lawns.
So I have a very short answer for that. We would need to have public engagement sessions with the local stakeholders of those particular properties. And we are here to represent people. That's what we're here to do, and not impose different things on people. So we would need to talk to the people and come up with a collaborative solution. And that's what I have to say about that.
Thank you. So would the Ward 3 candidates like to answer this one, or would you like me to open it up for a question specific to Ward 3?
Sorry, I was just gonna say from the beginning, it would strictly be case by case, and public engagement would be the key. So there's nothing else to add.
Does anybody have a question for Ward 3 they'd like to ask? Okay. We're going to move it along to candidate questions. I'm going to pass the mic back to Chuck.
All right, so now you guys each have the opportunity to ask a candidate from your ward one question. You have 1 minute to answer, and then we will move on from there. Do we have a volunteer to go first? Colin, thank you.
Well, I'll actually volunteer to go first, but I have no question for my word, so I will just forfeit and let the time go so we can use it more wisely.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lindsay, would you like to ask Colin a question?
I'll do the same.
Thank you. Anybody want to volunteer for next, or are we just going to go on?
I don't have any questions either. I just want to congratulate the candidates that also stepped forward. I think it's great that we have an election that every ward and the mayor's office is being challenged. That is fantastic. So we deserve that.
Good, thank you.
I think that speaks to the respect we have in our community, so thank you very much. We will move on to closing remarks. You do have roughly 30 to 45 seconds since we skipped it. Thank you.
Thank you all for attending. Your questions, comments, and suggestions are very valuable. On October 20th, remember to exercise your privilege you as Canadians. Go vote. All voting stations, as well as advanced voting stations, are very well advertised in the county, and the times are everywhere. Again, it's been a privilege and an honor to serve, and please call me if you have any questions or concerns. To all candidates, just have a little tidbit of information. Keep in mind that different brains with the same goals equals success.
So I would just like to restate again, I do bring 34 years of experience directly in local government management. I think that was served me very well in my role as councillor. I have the time to dedicate to the position. I'm retired. I know how to get the job done, and I'm prepared to ask the tough questions. And with that, I'm going to be asking for those Ward 5 residents here in attendance to please support me on election day. Thank you.
In closing, I'd just like to say that if you'd like change and someone with new ideas on how to achieve those goals and projects for the enrichment of our great, for my constituents, the great community of London, I have a few ideas. One is the connector to Highway 63. What we could do there is we could call on Allback, who is Athabasca County's biggest ratepayer by a vast margin, to put pressure on Athabasca County to pave our road, as a majority of our forest industry and log truck drivers are from the Pomona area. So it would not cost our county a dime by getting Allback to put pressure. I also would like to see us have some better elder care in Pomona, because we have none. We have no elder care facilities, and also something for our teens, because when teens have too much time on their hands, they tend to get into mischief. So those are a few of my other goals. Thank you.
In closing, I believe my deep local knowledge, strong personal and professional relationships, and diverse background, including farming, heavy equipment, post-secondary education, volunteering. I've got a huge list of the different organizations that I volunteer with to support the community here. And I think that prepares me well for this role. I've been involved with a lot of budget development, cost reporting, and boots on the ground with civil earthworks projects and stuff too, large and small scale. And I'm looking for support from the people in our beautiful county. Thank you.
So truth is reality. Like all responsible people, I honor the truth without manipulation or distortion. Transparency. I'm committed to being open, accessible, and approachable, whether by phone, email, or in person. I welcome the opportunity to connect. I will listen with care and respond with honesty, respect, and professionalism. With truth and transparency as my operating principles, I look forward to earning your trust as County Councillor for Ward 5.
So that is all of our time for wards 3 and 5. Can we give one more round of applause for our candidates? Next, if we could have the candidates from wards 2 and 4 to please come up to the stage. If you guys could sit just a little bit closer so that you can be viewed on the stream for the community members who couldn't be here in person. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay, all right, we will go into candidate opening statements. You have 1 minute each. We will start with Jason Stedman, if that's okay.
Sounds good. Good evening. My name is Jason Stedman. I've been a resident of Lac La Biche County for the last 30 years. I've worked on the ambulance for 25 years, and with my wife Amanda, we raise our children in Gabriel and Sydney. As councillor, I've always strived to serve with an open mind, integrity, and provide stability. But most importantly, through consultation, build a vision for our community, and construct a framework to actually achieve it. Our team has initiated that vision by initiating projects like Main Street, MacArthur Park, sports fields, and the pools. These projects have enhanced the lives, quality of life, encourage tourism, and to promote professional migration to our community. This is supported by infrastructure investments in traffic controls, roads, water and sewer expansion, and fiber optic to provide supports for commercial expansion, all while updating the area structure plan and land use bylaw to remove investment insecurities. And finally, supporting programs such as the day labor and business improvement programs and an updated procurement policy.
Thank you very much.
Test. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David McDonald. I've been born and raised in the Lac La Biche area. Born in Lac La Biche, raised just south of Hilo on the very north boundary on the Kikino Métis settlement. Ranched in that area for just about 40 years and then moved to the Mississauga area to just about the last 18. Priorities for me are farmers, ranchers, and agriculturists in this area. There are over 240 farms, over 101,000 acres of cropland, including livestock, canola, wheat, barley, hay, and oats. The gross for around $35 million. And these statistics come from 2021. I'm also involved with the oil and gas industry. I think it's a vital part of our economics in this area. And
I apologize, Mr. McDonald, I have to stop you. All right, Mr. Norton.
Thank you. One of my former students. My name is Blair Norton, and I'm here before you today as a candidate for Ward 4 Councillor. My roots run deep. I've called Lac La Biche home since 1991, raising my family, investing time and energy into making it the best place to live. I'm a career, as you would say, life member of the Kinsman Club. I've been in there since 1899, pardon me. I've also been the past president of the Minor Hockey Association, Bingo Association. I've been a football official. I volunteered for the Youth Bowling Program. Currently, I'm a scorekeeper for Portage Voyageurs, a member of the Boreal Choir, and probably one of the ones that most close to my heart is that I'm a volunteer driver and president for the Road to Hope Community Support Foundation. Getting our neighbors to and from their cancer treatment is something that I truly enjoy. Some things that I'm running on are things like affordable living, community safety, transparency, and trust.
Good evening, my name is Kevin Berry. I'm seeking your support and continue serving you as your Ward 2 Councillor for Lac La Biche County. Over the past 4 years, I have delivered real results, not just promises. I fast-tracked the Hilo Venice cell tower installation, upgraded the Castlin Connector Railroad crossing, built playgrounds in Bayview Beach and Hilos, renovated exterior of Hilo Hall and installed a new roof, renovated the Hilo Curling Club, secured renovation grant funding for the Hilo Senior Center, and secured funding for the new ice rink in Hilo coming this fall. Venice also received a new ball diamond, and it should be ready in time for the Venice picnic this spring. We also cold mix and improved the drainage on roads in Hilo, Venice, Mississauga Estates, Yuliak Beach, and Bayview Beach, and upgraded streetlights in some neighborhoods to improve vision and safety. If re-elected, I will keep pushing to upgrade rural infrastructure in Ward 2 and bring affordable housing.
Thank you. So next we will move on to the one submitted question that is pre-submitted. Everyone will have 1 minute to answer the question. It will be the same question. And to give more opportunity for questions from the floor, we will only ask this one submitted question, and then we'll have Ian come up and do the floor questions. Sound good?
Good evening.
Good evening. Our first question will start with you, Kevin. What steps will you take to improve transparency, consultation, and accountability in council decisions?
Well, I think we've struggled in all aspects of consultation. We do good on the big projects, and we struggle with the little ones on consistency and following policy and procedure. So we have to get better. Is it perfect? No, but in allowing people to be involved in the process is a first step, and to be transparent and let everybody know exactly what's going on. We send letters to neighborhoods and put them in doors on big projects, but we fail to do that on little projects. So if everybody knows what's going on, and we seek to involve everybody and collaborate with everybody, and that's with all our surrounding neighbors also. Collaboration is key, information.
Thank you. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Please.
What steps will you take to improve transparency, consultation, and accountability in council decisions?
Great question. It is one of my concerns, and one of the reasons why I want to run is that I feel like there's been a lack of transparency with this council. Even in the Lac La Biche Connect, not too long ago, they reported that this council spends the most time in camera than all the other municipalities that surround our county. To me, I have an issue with that, because the taxpayers of this county deserve to know what the heck is going on in the council chambers and how the money is being spent. And as a councillor, if I smell a rat, for instance, one of the questions asked in the last group was the transparency of procurement and stuff like that. As a councillor, we need to speak up and hold our CEO responsible if there's something that doesn't sound right or doesn't smell right in the council chambers. So that's my promise to you guys, is that I'm not afraid to ask the questions, and I will if I have to.
Thank you. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Okay, thank you. Thinking about that in your question, it's a good question, but, honesty with everybody goes a long ways. And to be transparent with everyone, I've been brought up that way, to always be a man of my word and honest with my everyday livelihood. I think if I am voted on as a councillor, to be my number one drive, to be transparent to everyone, especially the people that voted me in. Whatever concerns they have, if I'm only a phone call away, I'm willing to talk to anybody at any time. Bottom line, you are the taxpayer, and it is important that all these projects that we do go ahead and do, try to keep them in budget and be as fair to everybody as possible and as transparent as possible.
Just repeat it again, please.
Sure. What steps will you take to improve transparency, consultation, and accountability in council decisions?
First, I'll address consultation. I feel this last council has never, ever approached the county for information and input more than any other council ever has before. If we're talking about pools, main streets, we're here to listen to you. Admittedly, there's always shortcomings. We're here to work on them. I do agree that when we come out of closed session, there should be a better explanation as to what we discussed inside closed session. But there are legal issues, there are commercial entities that need to be protected, and there's personnel that have to be, that we are not allowed to just give that information out. It is a matter of fact, we have to protect individuals and especially people who are looking to invest in our community. We all know that we can't be spilling the beans out there for potential investors coming to our community to protect that possibility of investment. And quickly, I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joanne. We will go to the floor questions.
Do we have any questions from the floor?
So this is to all the councillor hopefuls. Everybody running has talked about economic development, sustainable development, economic diversification. If I were to put my hands around that, what would it look like? Can we be more specific than just have just general terms? And bringing in fast food outlets is not economic development, it's just fast food diversification. So could you elaborate on what you would bring into this county that would create employment?
So anybody want to take a job at that one?
I can take a job at that one. It's we've been waiting, almost generations for something big to happen in this town that would create jobs and keep our kids in the community. And no matter who you ask, that's the big driver is our kids are leaving, they're not coming back. What would it take to bring our kids home and bring their grandkids home with them? I'm a big supporter of attracting industry and bringing not high-paying jobs, but good-paying jobs to the region. So families move back home and kids return home and bring their grandkids with them. I'm full support, whatever we have to do to keep the lines of communication open that bring those jobs here, because you know what, this community here deserves them.
60 seconds to solve the economic question. Quite honestly, I feel that we've done a pretty good job at starting that. The proof is in the pudding. We are seeing development in our community that we haven't seen in a long time. And yes, forward start, it is fast food restaurants that are starting right now. But the pyramids weren't built it was built with one block, and another block, and another block. Everything that we add to our community adds to the services and amenities that we've been desperately waiting for a long time. This isn't built in one day. It begins with a single step or a single restaurant. Also, we got industry that's looking into our community too, with BlackRod that's currently building a 30,000 barrel a day facility in our community. So the big players are looking, they're seeing us, they're paying attention to us. There's other commercial entities that are, once again, this turns back to the old closed session parts. People are looking at our community. It is happening. Everything can't be put out all at once, and I'm out of time.
I'm just going to touch on that as well. You guys are talking about economic development. As part of the reason why I'm running is because of thinking about our future. Our kids' future. I want my kids to hopefully stay around this area, in the Lakeland area. It's a beautiful place. I've grown up here all my life. And had one of our daughters leave home, and now she's back with us. Great thing. And she does have a job in the area. And I hope and want to see that happen, not only for my kids, but for my grandkids. And I believe a lot of you people that are sitting out here have kids that are at home, and hopefully they stay with us, and we get to raise and be with our grandchildren. It's just part of our livelihood, and it just makes us better people because of that. We are outstanding, knowledgeable part all over throughout this area.
So to answer that question, and I agree, we don't need any more liquor stores or cannabis stores or fast food restaurants. That's some economic growth. But what I'm looking for is that we are living in a province where the provincial government has made no bones about wanting to move to a provincial police force. I would advocate that we work with the college, with the Solicitor General of Alberta, and why can't we be the northern depot for a police academy? We have the county spent a lot of money paving a driving track. We have the facilities here. Work with the community college, or partnering with our Portage College, and let's develop a program that can be the training depot, which will bring in jobs to staff the training facility. And again, the more jobs you create, the more income we have that comes into our community. That would be one example to answer your question, what it would look like. And that's what I would advocate for.
Okay, thank you. So now we're going to move into the candidate questions. You can each ask each other one question, and there's up to 1 minute to answer. So is there anybody that would like to ask another candidate a question?
The only question I want to ask is, does anybody know what the Blue Jays score is? Awesome, 1 after 5. Okay, that's all for me.
Thank you for that. Anybody else?
Once again, I would just like to take the opportunity to thank all the candidates up here. I have no intention to ask a question. Thank you.
I don't have any question either for my running candidate, but good luck to you, Kevin. And thank you to every other candidate that put their name forward. It's, I guess, to us, it's a privilege to be able to do that, and I'm thankful for that.
Just to repeat what's been said, I don't have any questions, but I thank you for this opportunity, and I think this is something even for future councils to have. Why not have open house forums like this where the public can speak to the councillors and not wait every 4 years to do this? I think this is something we should do more often.
Okay, so we're going to move into our closing statement. After this, we have a quick 10-minute intermission. I encourage you guys to have a concession set up, and if you would like 50-50, I think we saw 50-50s at the front. So we will start again with Kevin.
I will continue to build relationships with our neighbors. I will continue to build relationships with our neighbors to improve service levels to the taxpayers, to build a stronger county. At the end of the day, this election is about our community. Our families, our future, and the place we call home. For the past 4 years, I've listened, worked hard, and delivered results you can see. Better roads, stronger neighborhoods, and created long-term funding support for local nonprofit groups. But there's still more work to be done, and together we can keep building a stronger, vibrant, and more resilient Lac La Biche County. On October 20th, vote Kevin Perry, a trusted voice with a proven track record and a leader that puts his community first. Thank you for your time.
Good to go, thank you. My friends, I didn't move here in 1991 to spectate or to build a liquor store. I moved here to continue my teaching career and raise a family. If I win the seat for Ward 4 councillor, I will bring the same work ethic, integrity, and community first approach that I've used in the many years of being an active volunteer in the community in the county. But ultimately, this is not about me. This campaign and this opportunity is about leaving the county of Lac La Biche in a better spot for the next generations, so that they have a vibrant community that they will proudly call home. Let's work together to secure that legacy for our children and grandchildren. Thank you.
In closing statement, I just want to thank everybody, but also as I was going out campaigning and hearing some of the concerns that our local residents in Ward 2 have. Residents want to be heard and included, valued in their concerns. And I know a lot of times there are people that either they'll try to get a hold of their counselor by phone or however it may be, and there are times that they ain't listened to, or maybe a counselor doesn't have time for it. Well, I'm here to say that I will have the time and make the time. Also, I know when
I'll believe it when I see it. That rightfully has been one of the unofficial mottos of Lac La Biche County for far too long. I will not promise perfection, but I will promise to deliver something for everyone. To continue the economic, social, and service enhancements, but most importantly, to continue the cultural shift in our community that is clearly underway. To take it from, I'll believe it when I see it, to I'll believe it because I can see it. The changes are happening. Please support me, Councillor Ward 4. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we will break now until 7:10. Please come back at 7:10. It'll be wards 1 and 6. So if 1 and 6 can meet us up at the stage at that time. Thank you.
There's some room. While we got the break, I'm a little bit curious. If we tried, ooh, am I on live? Yeah, I think you are. I must well go live. I gotta go little mic settings. Do you need a water bottle? Yeah, I'd love one. Just leave it by my radio there. Thanks, Ed. Coffee? I can buy you one if you want. You know, I'm doing good. You want water? Thanks, though. Directional mode. That should be better. Yeah. I was getting more of the entire room. So, yeah. I'll do it. This is
Chantel was here. Chantel was here. Yeah, yeah. Amani is there. Yeah.
Sure. Did you know your luck gets me? Yeah, I can get you. I'm doing all good right now. I had a couple sandwiches before we started. Just so you know. For now, water is good. How? Where were you sitting? I was sitting just there. Oh, sound was. Here was. Get it too loud. It's gonna make us. Well, that's what I'm kind of afraid of. I don't want to last anybody out, so I'm erring on the side of listening to this. That might get too loud. Just let it take it. Yeah, as long as everybody generally, I will try to bump it up a little bit. It's just, yeah. I'm sure we can. know, I'm gonna get a picture. Yeah, but I mean.
I got it.
I go ahead. Shut up, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you turn this on for me?
All right, we're gonna come back together to carry on the forum. So we can just have everyone to bring down the chatter and have the candidates for wards 1 and 6. We're also asking if the ward that you're representing, if you could sit beside the person that you're running your home. Just so people can identify and clearly see which word it is. All right, we're getting started. Thank you so much, candidates. We are going to open with your opening statements. You will each have 1 minute. We will then go into the question period. So we are going to start with Joe.
Hello, my name is Joe Taha. Everybody calls me My name is Yusuf Thaw, everybody calls me Joe. I'm born and raised in Lac La Biche. I've been a business owner for 35 years. And just running for this Ward 6 so I can have a little change in the community. Been lots of mismanagement of money and stuff like that, and we could use some different change. What else? I'm just, it's like a new job for me, right? So we'll see, we'll give it a shot, hopefully, if we can make it. If not, we don't, what do you do, eh?
Yes. I'm just as nervous as Joe is up here, I'm sure. Anyway, those of you that don't know me, my name is Tony Marsack, born and raised in Lac La Biche. Family of 2 daughters, 4 grandchildren. Was in business for 27 years and retired 3 years ago. I'm running as a candidate for the county councilor in Ward 6 because I promise to advocate for the things that I truly am passionate and concerned about in our community. I know, like many communities, there are challenges to face, but I know Lac La Biche County has the potential to be strengthened by our community landscape services and future infrastructure and industry. I am rooted in values, focused on family, and committed to the community that I was born and raised in, and hopefully continue to support for generations to come, not myself, but my family. Thank you.
All right, when you're ready, Kevin.
Good evening.
Try again. Try again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow candidates, and honored guests. For 8 years, I have worked diligently for you, the taxpayer, and promised to be your servant, and I will continue to put my heart and soul to serving Ward 1 and the county as a whole. Sitting on council is a full-time commitment, not part-time, not casual. I have lived in Ward 1 for 55 years, and I understand the rural way of life and the wants and needs of the folks that live here. As your councillor, I will work with council to focus on business development, tourism, local crime, roads, and infrastructure. I am committed to you. You can expect service excellence, respect, fairness, honesty, with the ability to serve you effectively and efficiently. When re-elected, I will continue to be your messenger, your voice. Achieving desired outcomes is a team effort, and I am confident we can get there by working together.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for hosting tonight's debate and for giving us the opportunity to speak directly with residents. My name is Warren Young, and I was born and raised right here in Lac La Biche County. This is home for me, like many of you, I love everything that's offered. The lakes, the outdoors, and strong sense of community when you feel when neighbors look out for one another. I'm running for councilor in Ward 1 because I believe our county needs stronger accountability and clear communication between council and residents. Decisions made at the council table affect every household and every business, and I believe those decisions should be clear, transparent, and easy for residents to follow and understand. Open communication builds trust, and that's what I want to strengthen as a councilor. My background in public safety has taught me the importance of listening, being present, and taking action when it matters the most. I bring that same approach to council. Listening first, making decisions that are transparent, and always being accountable for the results. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, everybody. First of all, I'll take some of my time just to recognize we are treaty lands here, to meet the lands, and I give thanks for that, and give thanks to God as well for letting us share this beautiful land. I'm a resident of Ward 1. I was born and raised in Kikinomeaty Settlement. I bought my farm because they created in 2002. And I've been in business and paid taxes for almost 30 years. I'm a half-breed who walks in both worlds, so I know both worlds. I ran for member of parliament in 2021. And President Baroka, we also held a pipeline rally truck convoy in the first kind in this area in Lac La Biche. And I've been advocating for this area, Alberta, Canada, for many, many years. Now I want to bring that legacy home to my ward into this county. I want to actually curb the spending. You cannot spend more than you make, and you cannot borrow yourself out of debt. I learned that for 30 years in business. Lac La Biche is very pretty now. We've done lots of good work here. It's really good. But now it's time to take care of our own and get that now. And especially my ward one's been neglected.
Thank you so much, candidates. So we will we will ask one question, and everyone will have 1 minute to answer. It will be the same question, so everyone has equal opportunity, and then we will provide more opportunity for 4 questions. Sound okay? So we will start with Joe again. So the question is, how will you strengthen partnerships and engagement with Indigenous communities and urban Indigenous people by using the 94 calls to action?
Well, that's a tough question. Say the question again, please.
How will you strengthen partnerships?
Strengthen partnerships, yeah.
And engagement with Indigenous communities, whether they are outside of the community or living within the community, by using the 94 calls to action that was created by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Now let's need to be, I know what that is. It's, I don't know. No comment, I guess. What am I going to say? I don't know, strengthen relationships with Indigenous people. That's a good one. Just, I don't know. Let's see. Just the way we're doing it now, I guess we're all working together. If we all stay and work together with them, there shouldn't be any problems, right? But we should be good with them and work together with them. That's all we can do, right? That's the name of the game for everything, I guess. Yeah, that's a tough question there.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Especially the second part is that.
So there is a commission, there was a group that was put together that created the 94 calls to action to support and work against systemic racism. So there's 94 actions that each government at different levels can do. So how would you utilize that to strengthen Indigenous relationships?
Well, first of all, I'd have to know what those 94 conditions are. As far as getting along with the Indigenous community, being born and raised here, numerous friends that are Métis, I've got 3 Métis grandchildren myself, dealt in business with them for 27 years. As long as we keep open when it comes to discussions, we have to work with them, they gotta work with us as well, and just support one another. I guess that would be my answer to that question.
Thank you very much. Debbie, would you like me to repeat the question? So how will you strengthen partnerships and engagement with Indigenous communities by utilizing the 94 calls to action?
Good evening. How are we strengthening relationships? Right now, our county, our council, 4 councillors sit on what we call the ICC committee. It stands for Indigenous Collaboration Committee. On that committee also sits representatives from our Lake Reserve, Beaver Lake Reserve, Kickono Settlement, and Musco Lake Settlement. They have their meetings and they decide lots of stuff, And because 4 of 9 of us are sitting on that committee, there's lots to talk about with our neighbors. What are we going to do at certain times and that sort of thing? We have collaborated just recently, on August the 4th, was it? When the powwow days, we donated, the county, the taxpayer, we donated a lot of funds.
Thank you very much. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Good evening, everybody. So we are on Treaty 6 territory right now. You know, Ward 1 borders Beaver Lake Reserve, and I respect those relationships. Just the other day, I was door knocking, I was speaking with a resident. She said that Beaver Lake Fire Department came to her house. She lives on the ward, right on the edge of the ward, and they were able to help that wildland fire. Those relationships are what we need, and those relationships that we need to strengthen those relationships. They're our neighbors, and they're there to help us, and we're there to help them, however means necessary. And they always have been, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
I don't have to repeat it. That's a good question, and of course I walk in both worlds. In underrepresented implemented in Canada, and the only province implemented was BC. It's not even implemented here yet, but I really take my hats off to the current county council for the work they've done with the ICC group, and I'm a proud member of the ICC group with ROBA. And I myself, I wouldn't utilize the calls to action because I am Indigenous myself. But anybody here, it just takes common sense to love thy neighbor, get along, not throw each other under the bus. You know, we're all here together. We grew up together, and something like that should be drawn in the sand to divide us. So just work together, love each other. That's all you gotta do. You don't need no government to tell you how to do that. Thank you.
Thanks. So we freed up a little bit of time, so we have time for 2 floor questions. I just want to reiterate, questions have to be addressed to all candidates so they can answer, and you have to be a current resident of Lac La Biche County to ask a question. Or a rater. So I'll open it up and anybody has a question. See, anybody? Okay. We will go to a prepared question.
All right, we'll start with you, Sean. What are your thoughts on having an in-house economic development manager and department versus the current model of outsourcing the role out of Lac La Biche?
I think definitely everything should be in-house. Who knows more about the area than people that are in this room? So you don't need anybody else to come and do that. But definitely build a committee, something like that. And you go inside and you knock on doors, you knock on people's doors, and everybody, businesses especially, for the idea is to bring the economy back and lift it up again. And again, once again, I have my hats off the current council. They made many strides. It's all something that can be worked on as well. In promoting local always has to be first. Whoever you employ, contract, should always be given the local first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we need an in-house economic manager. I think it's important that somebody that lives here has that position in-house that can focus on bringing new businesses to town and to make sure that it's not a contractor out, it's somebody that works hard and brings those new businesses to town. Thank you.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on having an in-house economic development manager and department versus the current model of outsourcing the role out of Lac La Biche?
We used to have in-house economic development personnel. I think it's always been in-house. Just recently, that administration decided not to have in-house. So now we are outsourcing. I am not in favor of that. When we have people that live here, work here, and know our area, why aren't we keeping those people here instead of outsourcing from somebody from Vancouver, for example? The playing field is not the same thing. I would always push to have that in-house, and the more we do in-house, the better off we are going to be. Thank you.
Everything that has to be said has been said by these three councillor hopefuls. Anything in-house to me makes more sense than contracting, like Darlene says, Vancouver. I mean, it's like when you have trouble with your phone, you're talking to somebody not in Alberta. So yeah, I'm a strong supporter of local, whoever it is, that part of the community, know the community, and stay here. Like that's very important. You can't just have a fly-by-night guy as far as I'm concerned. Somebody local that cares about the community, they're gonna do their best. That's it.
Hello. I think in-house is the way to go. This way it stays, everybody knows what's happening. You get somebody from out of the community, you don't know what's going on. And some people have skeletons in their closet, right? So, I mean, the decisions that be made, it's a community here with people here, right? So, yeah, I think that would be the way to go.
Thank you very much, candidate.
So we'll now open it up for cross questions. If you guys would like to ask another candidate a question, go ahead. Keep it respectful and 1 minute time.
Joe, were you as nervous as me?
Can I pose a question to everyone?
Supposed to be
One minute? Okay. I'll open up to whoever wants to answer this at the table here, but how are you going to smooth over the tense relationships between our neighbors and us in the county here right now? Open it up to anybody here. What would you do to help smooth the tensions with the relationships between us and our neighboring communities, specifically Indigenous communities?
So part of my campaign, I've reached out to Councillor Beaver Lake and expressed gratitude and wanted to speak with him and meet up and just mend those relationships and work together. I think that's important to be able to meet other councillors in the neighboring councils, neighboring reserves and settlements, and just be able to make sure we have good relationships. They're right next to us. They'll help us when we need help, so I think that's important.
Thank you for that. Anybody else like to ask a question? Yeah.
Well, I can't answer the same question.
But you can ask a question.
Oh, no, I was gonna answer.
We have time, so you can answer. Go ahead.
Ready? I'm going to talk to that question then. I'm not aware of any tensions that are ongoing in the street. The heckles in the back, I don't appreciate. Thank you very much. You can take that up with me later. I'm not aware of any tensions amongst our neighbors and this county. And I want to be clear about that. I have been here 55 years, and I live and work in the public sector since the day I got to town. Always in public service. I don't care what color you are, I don't care what culture you are, and I don't care where you came from. And that is to be clear. I have always given my heart and soul into this community, and I will continue to do so even if you're smiling. This isn't a funny matter. These two gentlemen are talking about pensions and
I have you.
Sorry.
Oh, and there was a time frame on that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would anybody else like to ask a question? Go for it.
Alright, so let's just ask this question regarding for you. Due to Bill 50, municipalities can no longer enforce the council code of conduct. In the absence of that, how do you plan to hold yourself accountable and ethical responsible as an elected official while maintaining a positive image for the county? Asked it here. Due to Bill 50, municipalities can no longer enforce their council code of conduct. In the absence of that, how do you plan to hold yourself accountable and ethically responsible as an elected official while maintaining a positive image for the county?
ready to go? Thank you. Right now, the province quit the code of conduct in municipalities. But that doesn't mean that's gone away forever. They're designing a new code of conduct, and it did need tweaking, yes it did. There's a lot of trouble with municipalities, within municipalities and the employees, and that had to change. So now that's in the province's hand. I've always been held accountable. Ethically responsible, I'm responsible to everybody. I don't care, I've just been the same. Where you come from, what your color is, what your culture. I've always respected people, and if they say otherwise, well, it's something that I don't know about. Anybody has anything to add to that? Okay.
Thanks, sir. Any final questions? I think let's have an opportunity. Okay, so we will go to closing statements. Sorry. Yeah, so Joey, if you'd like to start with a closing statement.
I think we need some change in this community. We need some things for our elderly people, like better healthcare and stuff like that. There's lots that needs to be done here. A lot of cleaning up to do. Mismanagement of money, all that stuff is it's sickening actually. But if I'm elected, I'll try to do the best I can to do my job that I'm supposed to do.
In closing, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce and the county for putting on this forum. Just a few points I would want to fight for if elected. I'm very concerned about our healthcare, our social community programs, our affordable housing, crime rate. We got to do something about that. And I'd just like to say that I'm a proud lifelong resident of this community, and I do my best to support the people that vote me in. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I respectfully ask Ward 1 voters to make your voices heard and vote for the strong voice, Darlene Bignup, to once again represent you at the council table. I would like to thank the residents of the entire county, but especially those of Ward 1, for their thoughts, their insight, their suggestions, their inquiries and opinions, and the many conversations we've had, resulting in enriching the lives of many in the community by bringing ideas to our table. You have always respected me and in my capacity as councillor, and for that I am forever grateful. Looking forward to serving each and every one of you once again for another 4 years.
Tonight I'll leave you with this. I'm dedicated to safety, growth, and community. Safe neighborhoods, smart growth, and a council that works with the people. Not above them. That's the vision I'll bring to council every single day. Thank you.
Ward 1 and the county. I've been supporting this county for, like I said, 30 years of my business, paying taxes and that. And I'm a strong leader, proven leader. Speaks for itself, I guess. And with your direction and my transparency, Ward 1, I would like to work for you. You'd be one day signing my check. Yeah, I'll be from the county, but it's Ward 1 that'll be I'm working for, right? So looking for new jobs, so hopefully you'll hire me. And I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank the fellow candidates here for coming up as well. It takes a big set of to do this, so thank you all for that, and thanks for Chamber for putting this on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidates. So before I announce the final award, I was asked to announce this as the last chance to quickly get a 50-50 if you would like, and we'll do the draw right after. So while these boards are leaving the stage, if we can have board 7 candidates come on up.
Check.
That one's good. Keep it a good one.
Line up over.
Okay, welcome candidates for Ward 7. All right, so we will start with opening statements. Each candidate will have an opportunity for 1 minute to introduce yourselves and their platforms, and I will carry on from there. So we are going to start with Annette today.
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here tonight, and I want to express my appreciation for your presence and involvement. Allow me to share a little bit about myself. I've proudly called Lac La Biche County home since 2009 and have been a homeowner and ratepayer since 2012. I feel that Lac La Biche County is not just a place on the map, it is our home, a community rich in culture, natural beauty, and potential. Professionally, I work as a mental health and addiction recovery worker, collaborating closely with mental health therapists and addiction counselors to support our clients. I also participate in interagency meetings, which provide invaluable opportunities to share information and connect with other community members and agencies. These gatherings help us see what programming is available throughout the county for community members to utilize. In terms of my education, I hold 2 certificates from the University of Alberta, one in human resource management and another in.
All right, when you're ready, Brian.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian DeHere. Lots of you know me. I've lived here for about 33 years. Some of you know me as a musician, a member of the Torpedoes, and music instructor. Some of you know me as somebody that was at Portage College for a number of years, the Students Association. And some of you know me as somebody who's a volunteer with various organizations, like Healthy Waters Lac La Biche, and other water and watershed stewardship groups, or with the Ski Club, Junior Forest Wardens, etc. And so I just wanted to say I'm very honored to be a candidate, and I'd love to see the turnout that we had tonight, especially our youth. And I really want to give a shout out to all the young people I saw tonight in the audience. So thank you very much.
Testing.
Good evening, friends, neighbors, and fellow residents. I'm John Morrow. It has been a profound honor to serve as a councillor. Over the past few years, we have forged a legacy of tangible progress through a strategic investment and fiscal discipline. We have advanced a portfolio of 60+ projects, 132 million investment in our community's foundation, all while maintaining a zero tax increase. The imminent completion of our new aquatic center stands as a testament to this commitment. But this momentum is only our foundation. I'm running for a second term to see these initiatives to fruition and to capitalize on the emerging opportunities before us. My priority remains clear: to elevate our collective quality life through a balanced approach to social and economic development. This means championing enhanced childcare and senior support, advocating relentlessly for improved healthcare access and fostering resilient, diversified global economy. I stand before you not with a vague promise, but with a demonstrative heart of achievement and responsible governance.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dale Citrick. I've lived in this community for 25 years, and I've been a financial advisor here in town for 20+. I'm running on financial responsibility and community building. Town council can throw money at any problem they want, but if the community doesn't engage with it, it's a gigantic waste of effort and time. So I think I got a skill set that can help out, and I'd be very proud to represent this community. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Oh, that's louder than that. I'm Lauren Kachuk. I think most of you know me, so I won't waste time introducing myself too long. But I've been your Ward 7 councillor for the past 8 years, and I've been dedicated to that job. I feel passionate every day that I go into the community, see family, see friends, see people that I've grown up with, looking and feeling proud about our community. I feel that's changed in the last 8 years, and I want to keep that going. I think when people walk through our community and they have good things to say, that's what we all need to do. When people from outside of our community look in, they're jealous of what we have. I want to keep that going, and I want to make Lac La Biche County a place that we're all proud to live. Not only Ward 7, but the county as a whole. So my commitment to you is to keep being dedicated to Ward 7, but also to Lac La Biche County, and make us all proud to live here. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been a resident for 73 years. I married 6 children, passed mayor for 2 terms, worked in post-secondary for 30 years, coached baseball, hockey, basketball, volleyball, football, enough injuries for my shoulder. All I can say is I want to put my name to run for Ward 7. I think I can move this needle a little bit. When I was with the mayor, I engaged everyone and anyone at any time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidates. So we're going to go into the pre-submitted question. It will be one question. Everyone has 1 minute to answer. Then we'll move on to floor questions. If we don't have floor questions, we will ask a follow-up second question.
Good evening. Omar, I'm going to start with you. What is your stance on addressing the unemployment rate for local citizens? If elected, how would you improve this?
One of the things we need to do is get industry. We got to get moving some of our economy. We have to, we can make the place look good, but we need people to have jobs. It's crucial that we do that. Being in the ward, which is one of the largest wards, we're able to contact and reach people. We got a portage. We have a lot of things. So I'm hoping we move forward. Thank you.
I think I've got a question. So, for me, I think the unemployment rate relates strongly to economic development. The question that was asked earlier, what would I do for economic development? I don't think we need to build new projects in the community. We have a lot of jobs where money's flying in, flying out. We're taking our jobs and the wages are flying over our heads out to other communities. They're able to spend those funds in other communities, they're raising their families in other communities. I think if we work together with industry to have a solid solution for how we get those jobs and those employment opportunities back into Lac La Biche County, I think that's going to solve a lot of our problems. And from there, we're going to see the fruits of that labor. We're going to have better services. We're going to have better jobs for the lives, the family members. We're going to have more education opportunities. We're going to have all of those things come to fruition, and those jobs are here in Lac La Biche.
I think I would get together with the local chamber of commerce, local businesses, see how we could enrich what we already have, and see what plans and ideas they have to build new. And any way we can entice new businesses to come to town would be fantastic. Less fast food, more real business.
Thank you. According to me, we have taken an initiative of creating jobs in the circular economy, industrial recycling, tourism, and energy sector. Daily Pune laws are taking out the law enforcement training center is in position for designation as the Alberta Public Safety Institute in an initiative creating jobs and helping the economy to grow and prosper. When the trainings come here, they do help the global economy, and they do bring more jobs. So yes, those are the factors we're talking about.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. I would acknowledge it's not always easy for our municipality to make a difference in job creation. There are things that are within their control. A lot of times it's due to the economy that's beyond our control. But I've been a strong believer in local businesses, in small business. I'm a strong believer in our youth. One of the things I would focus on is skills development, particularly entrepreneurship, and encourage entrepreneurship so that young people can create jobs or go into business themselves and see greater opportunities in our community. Thanks.
Would you like me to read those? Thank you. What is your stance on addressing the unemployment rate for local citizens? If elected, how would you remove this?
As our county continues to grow, so does the demand for employees. Unfortunately, young individuals seeking entry-level positions are often overlooked, even though their earnings contribute significantly to our economy. While we often hear the phrase shop local, I believe we should also embrace the mantra hire local.
Okay, so we'll now open it up to a floor question. If anybody would like to ask Ward 7 a question. Any other questions for Ward 7?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, we spend millions of dollars upgrading the looks of the parks in the community, but when you drive down Main Street, we still have empty derelict buildings, the old addition being one of them, the old tractor sales place next to Modern Wear. What are we going to do about those things? Back in the day when I was on council, there was a municipal government act in which after 3 notices, 30 days apart, the county, or at that time the town, could tear the building down and just add it to the tax bill of whoever owned the derelict building. And I'm just wondering, why to date no one's ever done that. Some of those buildings have been old and derelict since I was on council and tried to get rid of them. And I'm just wondering what your plans are, seeing we've spent the millions of dollars we have.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, so you'd be happy to hear that we have gone through the MGA, and one of those derelict buildings is set to be going down in 2 weeks. I believe it's the one between Fountain Tire and Glass Shop, finally. Other things that we've looked at doing is the business improvement grant. Some of those buildings maybe could be saved instead of being torn down, so hopefully people will utilize that program. And then also looking at partnering with those that own the building before sending out the MJ. Like the inn, I know that's going to be a tough situation. It's a building that meant a lot to a lot of people, so that's not going to be a fast process, but that's going to have to be done in consultation with the community. But saying that there are avenues that we can take, and we have been taking them, and one of those buildings is set to go down here relatively soon. Hopefully we'll see some progress.
I just want to talk a little bit, Councillor Joy. We've discussed that quite a bit before. I was on council.
I think Lauren already said about it. We have, the administration did brought up in the previous budget regarding the derelict properties. We will be taking a look at that MTA. We will be looking at that. And we will be approaching the landowners first, see if they can take care of it. If not, then we will assist them. If they want to take it down, we'll take it down. And then one of the charges of that can put it within the property tax so that they can pay easily, not the big amount can be paid at once. So yes, we want to work with the property owners, not against them. So we want to help them to take care of the property first, taking that first.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would reach out to the owners and just have a discussion, see if they want to improve the land or get rid of the land, or just pressure them to do something, right? And if we can help in any way, fantastic.
Not too much to add to what's been mentioned, obviously reaching out, speaking with owners and so on. But I do remember years ago, hearing people ask about the water tower and saying, hey, can't we do something about that? And I remember learning at the time, no, there's obstacles, it can't be done, we can't do anything. And doesn't it look good now?
Yes, I would urge the owners to sell or demolish or do something. I hear a lot of people asking for a movie theater or something for families.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move into questions for other candidates. So if you guys would like to ask any other candidate question, they might want to get to answer. Of course, ask respectfully. I see one hand up, so go ahead.
There's a hand over there.
Oh, was there one more? Sorry, I'm going to do one more floor question, guys, and then I'll.
That's been popular years.
That's what I told. Why do we always have the highest price of gas here in Lac La Biche?
Yeah, so it's not something the county council can actually control. So. Yeah, I can answer that. Go ahead.
I'll try and answer that. We cannot dictate a private business how to run their business. It's up to the private business owner, what they want to do, what price they want to set. If we have issues with the high price rise, we can tell our MP, MLA, they have that avenue open, we can go and follow the prices. But as a county, we cannot tell business how to do a business or how to run their business.
Great question. I've been asking it for 8 years. Thank you, but I don't have the answer. I think that's something that, as a counselor, once you get into the council chambers, you realize that there are a lot of things that are outside of your control. That being one of them. We hit our head against the wall for 4 straight years. We were told by an MLA to stay out of it. We were told by an MP to stay out of it. There's really nothing we can do, but I do think it's a good lesson in humility for elected officials that not everything can be controlled by a municipal council. So thank you for the question. If anybody does have the answer, please let me know, and we'll do what we can to fix it, but it's unfortunately outside of council's control.
Thank you. Anybody else?
We've been trying for 10 years to figure out why the price is always 10 cents more than everybody else.
Okay, so we will move, everyone's good? We'll move into cross questions. So if anybody has a question, you've already your hand up first, so I will go to you for a cross question.
I don't mean to waste anybody's time, but I do not have a question. I just want to thank you all for being up here. It really does take courage to run for your municipal elected official position, and I commend you all on that. Hats off to you. And at the end of the day, 2 Ward 7 candidates are going to have to work together. So hopefully one of them will be me, but I look forward to whoever takes those 2 seats, and just keep in mind it has to be a team effort to do what's best for Ward 7. So thank you all.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. How do you feel Lac La Biche County can be a leading voice in Alberta?
You have to direct it to one person. Who are you directing it to?
Directing it to everybody.
You have
John, do you want to take us out at it?
Thank you very much, Brian. Across Alberta, we have done a department, and we have an internal report. First of all, the taxes are low. We saved $5 million in the 2 consecutive years, which reduced the operational budget and the enhanced services. We have 15 council resolutions advanced to completion, 132 million we have spent in capital investment indicated, which is completed. We have $85 million for operational budget, 10 million cumulative savings in 2 years, and that's a strong community collaboration and community partnership. So that's how we can do it. And again, there's more ways to do it. Like we are looking with the economic development, like I said earlier, creating jobs in the circular economy, industrial recycling. We are going out to industries.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to ask a question of another candidate? Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask someone on council, and John was already picked, so I guess it's you, Lauren. If you could do something different while you were on council, what would it be?
I would say, looking back the 8 years that I've been on council, one of the things that I didn't do well was when new councilors came on from other wards, building relationships in the MGA and all the teachings that you have. You're basically taught that you don't speak to those councilors or make relationships with councilors away from the table. And I actually don't agree with that. I think in the last 4 years, building relationships with the new councilors that came on, Councilor Mondell, for example, Councilor Perry, it was really fruitful because at the table, you only get a piece of what they're thinking. You only hear what they're thinking at that time, but if you build a relationship and you're able to understand where their thought process is coming from, it actually helps you make better sound decisions at the table. So that's something that I encourage everybody, if elected, build those relationships, have those team building moments, and get to know the other people on your council as people.
final call out if anybody else has a question for the candidate. Okay, looks like okay. So we will go to closing statements. Just before that, if you bought a 50/50 ticket, but you need to write your phone number and hand it back in, please hand it in because after this we're going to draw. So if you have a ticket, please bring it back. And we will start with the closing statements with Lauren.
Thank you. I look forward to going back to Ward 7 instead of the whole county. And I believe we have a big future and we need to work together. We work way better together irregardless of what we do. So that's why I put my name down for one more term.
Okay, I do have to waste a portion of my time. Hi Luke, hi Eli, I just came in from Shalimar, so those are my sons. And now I'm choked up. They're the reason I do this. I want to build a community that our children have opportunity in. I want to build a community that we're proud of and that they'll be proud of. And on that, I humbly ask, please support me again as your Ward 7 counselor so that we can make that vision happen. Thank you.
And I thank you everyone for coming. The reason I put my name in is that we need to curb the waste spending, right? A lot of things look good on paper these past 4 years, but they didn't work, right? The homeless shelter destroyed our dog park, Main Street hurt businesses. If we curb that, I think a lot of the problems will cure themselves. Thank you very much.
In closing, the friends, our community has built incredible momentum. We delivered on major projects, grown our economy, and held the line on taxes. But we have more to do. We approved 15 new resolutions for the upcoming years, fight for better healthcare and creating opportunities for our families. Our proven record of delivering results for you, not just promises or what we're trying to humbly ask for your vote. Let's keep building a stronger, brighter future for Lac La Biche County together. Thank you.
Well, I'm not sure where to begin. I don't have much time, but I just want to point out for people that to me stewardship is very important, whether that's sound financial management or looking after the well-being of our community, or our natural places and our water bodies and so on. But I have such a strong belief in our youth. I feel that that's something that I want to dedicate a lot of my attention to, and I would be honored if I could be a counselor for Ward 7.
I believe an important skill in becoming an effective counselor is the ability to listen, discuss issues, work towards a common goal, and come to a timely resolution. If elected, my mission will be to listen to your voices, address their concerns, and work tirelessly to enhance the quality of life for all residents. In closing, if elected, I will represent Lac La Biche County with integrity, accountability, and fairness. I am running for the position of Ward 7 councilors to help create a safe, vibrant, and thriving community for all citizens. Together as a committed and effective team, we can achieve great things for Lac La Biche County. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ward 7 candidates. So we are going to do 50-50 draw, and then right after that, we're going to take a 10-minute break until we come back for the bigger candidate portion of it.
And then all the rest are like.
I don't know. I can like it. Okay, you announced it. I'll click it.
You should have one.
Yeah.
Should I say the name or the number? The name? Okay.
Okay, so I picked up 50/50 and it's Angel Bigelow. You are the proud winner of the $302.50. Thank you so much, everyone. We want 50/50s. We will take a 10-minute break, come back at 8:28 and begin our mayor candidate portion of the floor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Can you buy us lunch?
So,
you're on the ball. So it's 2 periods. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Do I get to pick my seat up there? One is in position. So I'm deaf on this side, right side. Okay. So I'd like to sit probably on the far right, make sure I hear quite probably that side of the center. Okay. So are those mics long enough to, the cords long enough that you can stand up and speak? Yeah, I'm sure. Up to he
All right, we're gonna bring it back now so we can go to our final portion of the candidate forum. If I can have all candidates for the mayor position to please come to the stage.
The cackle? Oh, it's a cackle.
Can we tell how many people are online?
All right, let's bring it back down so we can get in. I also want to highlight, so for the amount of people we have here tonight, we have roughly 200 people who are watching the live stream from the chamber page, but also from the Lac La Biche Fishery Association YouTube live. So super awesome that we have this much engagement from our community. All right, so welcome candidates for mayor. We are going to start off with opening statements. We're going to give you guys a little bit more time. Each of you will have 2 minutes to give your opening statements. And then we'll go into the pre-submitted questions on the floor, and we'll go through the time as we go. And we will start with you, George.
Thank you very much. Most of you know me. My name is George LaRue, so I'm going to skip the intro and go into the things I believe in. First of all, I have to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6, 8, and 10 territory and home of the Métis people. First on my list is accountability. To ensure accountability, all councillors should submit a written report on the activities they attend. These can become a part of the minutes of the meeting, and we will have some accountability on the dollars spent on traveling. Health. Having sat on the doctor recruitment and retention committee before, in my last time I was on council, I know it takes a community, all of you, to recruit and retain physicians. Education. Collaborate with the government to enhance, expand educational opportunities at Portage College. Work with industry to reestablish endowment funds, having our workforce for the North trained here. Seniors. Our seniors are the pioneers of our community. I support programs that help them stay physically and mentally healthy. Infrastructure. Our community is in need of water and sewer projects and better county roads. I am ready to advocate for these needs at all levels of government. Economic development, collaboration with neighboring communities is critical. My aim is to create a business-friendly environment and attract investment with a focus on enhancing the viability of downtown. Environment, dedicating to maintaining a natural environment with responsible use. Priorities include clean water, clean air, and a clean environment. Addressing the concerns of the agricultural producers is important to me. An acknowledgement.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Charlene Moore. For the past 8 years, I've had the honor of serving as your Ward 5 counselor. I'm also a parent, a lifelong volunteer, and above all else, someone who is deeply proud to call Lac La Biche County my home. This community helped raise my daughter. I've dedicated myself to giving back to the place that has given us so much. I've supported healthcare, major community projects, the not-for-profits who support us. Over the years, I've seen the strength and resilience of our residents, and I believe it's time for leadership that truly listens, acts, and puts people first. I've entered this race because Lac La Biche County deserves a mayor who leads with openness, respect, and accountability. Too often, I've seen the division where should be collaboration. Residents feeling unheard when their voices matter most. That has only strengthened my resolve to lead differently, with transparency, compassion, and results that speak for themselves. I am ready to serve as your mayor, ready to bring people together, not push them apart, ready to support local business, strengthen our economy, and create opportunities for our families. Most of all, I'm ready to set a higher standard for leadership, one rooted in honesty, teamwork, and integrity. I'm ready to build a community and a county where seniors can age with dignity, youth have a voice, and residents feel they belong. Lac La Biche County deserves better than status quo, and with your support, we can build the future that this community deserves by building capacity, strengthening community, and expanding our future. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Testing. Testing. No. It is time for Lac La Biche County to take the next step in turning potential into prosperity. Lac La Biche County is a place of lakes and natural beauty, culture and diversity, opportunity and possibility. As your candidate for mayor, I, Peter Mahawish, am committed to leading with integrity, respect, and unwavering dedication to the people who make Lac La Biche County home. My heritage includes a father that was Ukrainian and Polish, a mother that is French and Woodland Cree, and I represent the great diversity of Lac La Biche County. I have been a project manager, a quality control inspector, and a business owner, involved in 4 business ventures raising my family, and building our home. I have been a community volunteer as a public member of the Portage Knowledge Board of Governors, the Lac La Biche County Land Use Committee, the Lac La Biche County Economic Development Committee, and the founding president of the Local Business Association. Since August 9th, 2025, I have visited over 2,000 homes, and our people are struggling. I am running to make a difference in building a thriving and prosperous community. We will use our key strengths and assets. We are a logistics hub, being the nexus of numerous highways with access to air and rail. We will market and promote the beauty of our land, lakes, and forests. We will leverage and promote the diversity of our people, cultures, and industries. Most communities have one industry. We have many, and need to develop each one in building a thriving and prosperous Lac La Biche County. My objective and goals are guided by commitment to collaboration and community engagement, with the aim of building our economy, elevating our standard of living, creating a vibrant, high quality of life for every resident in Lac La Biche County. Thank you for
Good evening, everyone. 4 years ago, I stepped into public service, not as a politician, but as a lifelong resident, business owner, and a community advocate. But more importantly, as a concerned parent, that this community provided no options for the upcoming generations. Driven by commitment to deliver change, I ran on a platform focused on economic renewal and infrastructure. Today, I stand before you with a record of action, not promises. We prioritize business development, retention, and investment. We brought entrepreneurial experience to county governance with the expectation of service excellence. And now you can see the difference. We have invested millions into infrastructure that's reshaping Lac La Biche County. These projects really reflect my belief in quality of life and investment readiness. We're not just building infrastructure, we're building opportunity for those next generations. I also recognize that the town of Lac La Biche, as important as it is, does not always represent the entire county. Communities like Lamont, rural neighborhoods deserve equal attention. We must improve roads, waste collection, broadband, and self-service, and work on water delivery and utility connection. And to our farmers and ranchers, I understand the challenges we face. You have my full support on every level. We've tied economic, environmental stewardship and tourism and recreational goals, advocating for lake health. That is why I would launch a 4-point plan to revitalizing Lac La Biche Lake. Enough talk, enough studies, it's time to fix the lake. Healthcare is priority. Through constant advocacy and relentless work, we accomplished major improvements. Lac La Biche County is leading the region in growth, collaboration, and innovation. Let's keep building, let's keep leading, let's keep the Lac La Biche advantage. October 20th.
Thank you, Paul. All right, so we are going to ask one pre-submitted question that all four of you have the opportunity to answer. You will have 1 minute to answer the question, and then we will open it up to the floor. So, as mayor, you will often be the tiebreaker and need to be seen as neutral. In many situations, it is important that you're seen as someone who is willing to work well with others, and with that in mind, what can you say positively about each candidate that you are running against?
We will, we'll take turns.
We'll start
with Paul.
We'll start with Paul.
Sure. See, I find the good in all people, and I start from there. And it's up to them to prove me wrong. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I listen, and I'm often changing my mind. But again, that's where I start.
Thank you. Peter, when you're ready.
So, maybe I'll go through the candidates one by one. So Paul has done a great job bringing in the fast food restaurants, but I think they're gonna help the community, but they're minimum wage jobs, we just have to move on from that. But we do appreciate the fast food restaurants that we keep running. Charlene, I'm happy to see that she's running. She brings a lot to the table. She's a very qualified candidate. And George has an extensive experience with agriculture, and I think he'd be a great mayor for the agricultural community. Thanks.
Thank you. I have had the opportunity to work with George for 4 years past my first term. George has vast knowledge on farming, and I have learned a lot from him sitting beside him in the room. Peter, I don't know you well. We met maybe 10 years ago when I sat on the chamber, and you offered up your business partner to join with the chamber. I appreciate that you saw the value in that, and I appreciate that Rick stepped up, but I guess we're going to get to know each other a little bit better tonight. Paul, I will give you credit around that table. You generally have the way of getting to the bottom of what next step is. So I'll give you that for sure. It's been a pleasure.
I'm ready. Okay. Yeah, all candidates up here together. I think it's very positive that some of us we've worked together before, and some we've had some acquaintance and knowing each other. And I think we're all good people with the right thing in your heart. And I think, yeah, they're all good people.
Thanks for that. So we'll open it up for floor questions. Anybody would like to ask a question?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Serge Palmer. I'm one of the new residents in Lac La Biche. I moved on April 29 this year in Lac La Biche. I'm the CEO of our People Intermission. And I'm also part of the committee, ICC also, I sit on the board. And my question for the mayor candidate is, since I'm a new here, so I don't know what happened in the past, so past is past. Going forward, I'm a resident, I'm a taxpayer, so I have a right to ask this question. Are you as a candidate committed to financial transparency and accountability? That's part one. Are you open to residents' contribution into budget process and county's strategic direction? That's question A. Question number two, part B. County collects about $250 million in taxes, which is mostly on major part of its Treaty 6, 8, and 10 territorial lands. My question is, as American candidate, how much you are committed to contribute toward a relationship and the purpose of First Nation to spend that out of $250 million towards the building of relationship, economic development, and other programs. Thank you. Well, basically, somebody is your accountability to me as a taxpayer, because I'm living in this community, and so all of us transparent. I heard that issues and to be resolved within the community. So that's the one. Physical accountability. I'm not sure whether what process you had in the past is county comes out prior to the preparing the budget community meetings, take feedback. Just like every night, 200 people. So we take any, strategic direction from the people, what people like to see in the community. I can assure you, with the 100 people here, we might give you some ideas.
Okay, if you guys want to take a jab at
I'll start it, that's okay. Accountability to the taxpayer. Right now, when Mayor Omer Bradley left council as mayor, we were $500,000 in debt. Right now, we're $30 million in debt as of August 31st of last year. With the borrowing on our pool, we're now at another $30 million in debt, so that's about $60 million. We pay $8.45 million per year to service that debt, and it'll continue climbing as we draw down on the borrowing on the pool. So when it comes to accountability to the taxpayer, I think we need to be speaking with the taxpayer on our decisions, especially the big spends and the small spends. Reaching out, having open houses, but going to your door, meeting you on the street, asking questions. And that's one thing I've done during my campaign. It's like
If anybody else would like to take a shot at that.
Yeah, thank you, Serge, for the question. I think as far as budget transparency, if what our municipality does, and I think one of the best municipalities for presenting budgets. In fact, we've received over 5 years in a row of budget presentation excellence, and that's a proven fact. But over the last few years, we've managed to cut our budget, save on operational expenditures, and through those operational savings, we've been able to invest back into the community. On top of that, we've been able to help out our neighboring communities as well, with our indigenous communities. As a good example would be Heart Lake with the assistance of finishing that road, which is a safety concern, et cetera, et cetera. So again, through operational efficiencies, smart planning, forward thinking, we're able to save and invest.
Push it up.
Oh, that was my bad, sorry. Should be good now. Should be.
It's good?
Yeah.
Thank you, Serge. I think I'm just gonna take a stab at the financial accountability. You had a lot of questions wrapped up in there. I do believe in the last 8 years that I have been accountable to the resident for our taxation. Our budget open houses happen every year, and I push for that because I do believe strongly in having your word, your say. I do believe that we're building a community. We're building a community for our children, our families, and our next generations. This is where we're gonna come and gather and grow and meet each other, and this is how we're going to do it. By building the pools, by building the parks. Do we need to do more? Absolutely. And I'm already running out of time. I don't know how to answer that question, I'm sorry, thank you.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions there. First of all, I'd like to say that the world is divided. Our country is divided. We have a division in our province, and we have division here. I think we can join together and create the Northeast Zone, as well as being transparent and sharing information and budgetary restraints, spending and sharing. It's something that we can go forward with, and I hope I answered some of the questions.
Thank you.
My name is Richard Rutsey, and my family's been in this county for a long time. I'd like to ask the candidates, we talk about fiscal responsibility. We have a park over here, and I've heard the numbers because I listen to council meetings regularly, that we are over budget by $3+ million. And I don't recall hearing anybody being held accountable, and I'd like to know how you as an individual are going to hold the people in charge of that accountable.
So open it up, whoever would like to answer.
Accountability, that's huge. That's something that we really, really have all the way up the chain. But our council has to be held to a higher standard. There should have been some oversight on that project. There should have been reports coming to council. There should have been reports coming up administration. But there was no accountability. There's no excuses. Like, there had to be somebody held accountable and not just a lower level employee.
Thank you. Unfortunately, yeah, that part did go extremely out. I think there's a few things to say for that. The delay in just getting it from phase 1 to phase 3, the cost of everything went up through COVID, through the cost of living and whatnot. That didn't help. Council, though, did ask for better reporting. Do I feel that the administration brought back all the information when they should have? I question that, definitely. But we did bring in further updated reporting that was constant, monthly updates on parks, pool, Main Street, and everything to ensure that council had the same information that was being provided to the CAO. That's the one thing that we could do to ensure that we had better accountability to the projects that were under our guide.
Yeah, thank you. And it's one of the most challenging things to do is to maintain and run a very, very strict budget when we have third-party engineers and oversight. But that being said, we have over 70 plus projects, many of them multi-million-dollar projects. Only one that went over budget. On others, we actually had savings and so forth. But that being said, we still had, since that went over budget, and for reasons being COVID procurement, all the rest of it, that could be contact probably 30% just because of procurement for COVID. But even so, we still implemented measures, progress reporting, budgeting, and accountability moving forward. So again, that part is not yet complete, so we will have a final number, and hopefully those numbers come in on par. Again, one of 70, on the overall budget, we're still considerably under all of our
So I'm going to look at two projects. I'm going to look at MacArthur Park. It started at $6.1 million in 2021. A skateboard park was added in 2023 for $1.2 million. And currently the budget's at 10.6. And it looks like we built this park about 3 times the amount of time the sods moved back and forth. Another project, the pool. When we did the groundwork last year, we put in the utilities, we buried them, and put in the liner for the pool, and then figured out that we have to inspect the utilities before you bury them. So we dug it back up. Well, we dug it back up. The liner was wrong spec. So basically, that goes back to poor pre-planning. We need better planning up front, and it'll save us a lot of money on the back end. When we have $60 million budget, we need project managers, we need quality control inspectors to make sure we're doing the job appropriately and not doing it twice or 3 times.
Good evening, my name is Albert Stratachuk, and I have a question for all mayor candidates. Thank you for all running. It's a pleasure to see that there's a great interest in our county. And I have a question regarding Tim Hortons restaurant, a 2,500 square foot building with land worth the investment of $1.5 million of taxpayers' money, knowing there are no jobs for Lac La Biche people. Compare this to McDonald's. McDonald's is building a 5,000 square foot building with 2-lane takeout service at an estimate cost of $3.5 million. Has used all Lac La Biche companies to remove organic soil with clay and replace with clay, sand, and gravel, and compact. They have not received any corporate incentive. McDonald's is asking for your job application now, Lac La Biche, opening, according to McDonald's superintendent, November 15, 2025. I'm asking all major candidates to respond and explain your reason for your decision. It's serious because we're paying almost twice the price in incentive as it costs to build McDonald's. Plus, if they're getting subsidies that are available through the incentives with Ottawa, there's more dollars we'll pay.
Tim Hortons got incentives that McDonald's didn't? Is that what you're saying?
Hello, I think we think we're incentivizing people to come and build in Lac La Biche. McDonald's is here because Walmart is no longer their preferred place to be. And they are putting their money, Westons are putting their money. And what we're doing here is we're paying money that exceeds what the Ontario owner is putting into the Tim Hortons. I find that atrocious. That's not right.
I think what your overall question is, why is half the size of Tim Hortons versus McDonald's with no local people working there? We're losing money, we're putting in taxpayers' dollars to that, but McDonald's is not doing that, and they're not receiving the same incentive. Is that what you mean? So should Tim Hortons restaurant, which is 2,500 or 25,000 square foot, a good investment at a cost of $900, sorry, with land worth 1.5 of taxpayers' dollars, with no Lac La Biche jobs, compared to McDonald's, who is a bigger building with a 2-lane service estimated at $3.5 million. They have used all of Lac La Biche's companies to support local. They have not had any corporate incentives, and McDonald's is asking for people to be working there, so how come the Tim Hortons project was given incentives and not providing employment to the community by McDonald's is, and they're not being supported?
I'm wondering why it's worth to pay to get a 2,500 square foot block building in Lac La Biche, which may go to federal government and get subsidies even for some labor for because I look at the community service people today, and I spend all morning with them. There's all kinds of labor incentives.
Okay, so I think your question is aligned with what we said, and so we'll give the candidates an opportunity to answer that. Okay?
We're gonna answer it. We're gonna answer your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who would like to take a stab at that first? Go ahead, Shannon.
Thank you. So what I can speak to, if I understand your question, labor incentives are a federal program, so that wouldn't be municipal jurisdiction. If you're referring to 1.5 in improvements that we put into the building, we have not. Mr. Rutoff sold land to Tim Hortons to develop, but that was a private land sale. The county did put money into road improvements, lighting and widening, but that was to increase the traffic towards the Bold Center. And Loblaws and McDonald's corporately have been working together since 2017 to bring it here. Sorry, I don't like over, but.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I'll just elaborate to what Shubin was saying. The county put $0 into neither one of those. We counted none of those. These are completely 100% privately owned businesses, developed, hired, built by private contractors, by private developers. The only participation the county had, as Councilor Moore had mentioned, is the county just expanded the intersection where the Tim Hortons is located, primarily for increased traffic to the Bold Center. But that was on the drawing board well before Tim Hortons was there. So there's no private or county money in either development. It's all 100% private.
I'm not sure, I wasn't involved in that deal and what went on there, but I don't believe in public dollars for private businesses unless there's a huge employment benefit for our people, especially our young people, to create jobs. Thanks.
I also do not believe in putting public dollars into private businesses. I would never give an incentive for another restaurant or liquor store. But I would consider some sort of tax breaks or something for if the opportunity came where it would bring jobs, a couple hundred jobs, good paying jobs, so people could buy houses, raise their families here, educate their families here, and I would seriously look at that.
So thank you very much, candidates. We are going to go into the question period for you all to have the opportunity. Okay, we'll ask one more question from the floor.
Just to reiterate, we're tight on time, so this will be the last question from the floor, and then they can ask another question.
The majority of current council refused to provide the current CAO with a performance evaluation as required by Section 205.1 of the Municipal Government Act, which states, a council must, and I repeat, must, provide the Chief Administrative Officer with an annual written performance evaluation of the results the Chief Administrative Officer has achieved with respect to fulfilling the Chief Administrative Officer's responsibilities under Section 205. If elected, how can you ensure that council follow the MGA, policies, or bylaws if council chooses to actively not adhere to a basic requirement like providing the CAO with a written performance appraisal? Thank you.
Governance. Governance is so important. And that's a part of governance. Those appraisals are so important to the organization for morality, for staff. It's just something that goes beyond saying that is a must. And that you must follow the MGA and do your evaluations and keep going forward.
Thank you for your question. You're correct that it is a responsibility responsibility of our council to do regular and transparent evaluations. They're essential for governance, and as mayor, I will ensure that this review happens on schedule and that administration and council are aligned in priorities, expectations, and strengthening trust in the local government. I did vote for that CAO review. You were at the meeting, thank you for attending. When council neglects this responsibility, we put the trust at risk, we put staff at risk, and we put the public at risk. That CAO review was requested to give our staff a voice, to give council the data required, and unfortunately it was let down. Thank you.
So just following up on the MGA, I understand that council members and the mayor have to take an orientation within 3 months of taking office. And I'm not sure if that actually happened last time around, but this time around, should I be elected mayor, it's going to happen. The CEO's written performance review evaluation will take place on a yearly basis. And he'll be held accountable to do a job that's in the best interest of the people that pay the taxes and the residents of Lac La Biche County. Thank you.
In regards to senior management evaluation, I agree 100% that KPIs need to be done and evaluated on an annual basis. I also think that committees need to be reviewed in the same fashion. And reports and the productivity and accomplishments need to be reviewed on at least an annual basis. Referring to the CEO review, that CEO review has been done. It is ready, but due to the timing of it, and if you recall, our CEO has only been there for 18 months. So the CEO review is complete and ready, but due to the timing of it, council voted for the next council to make that review and decision if needed. Not the council that's exiting to be reviewing it at the last day or two. So that review will be done by the new council.
Okay, so we'll open it now. If you guys would like to ask each other a question, please keep it respectful. There will be a time limit to answer the question in 1 minute, so I will open it if anybody would like to ask a question.
Me. I just have one correction on how long the CEO has been here. He was hired October 3rd, 2023. He's been here 2 years.
So we have a question, please.
And you'll each have the opportunity to ask a candidate. You have 2 questions that you can utilize. Who would like to go first?
I have about 5 questions, but I can only ask 2. I went to see my doctor today, just about a small thing, my age cholesterol, not a big deal. But I asked him about how we can retain our doctors here in Lac La Biche. And he says, we're having problems right now. The clinic is privately owned. It's been renovated with public money. And the owners of the clinic have used that as justification to increase rent from $10,000 to $15,000 per month. That's one issue. Lac La Biche County has offered to purchase the clinic and reduce the rent by 50% as long as the doctors sign a long-term contract to continue to practice in Lac La Biche. This seems inappropriate. So my question is, why do you feel this is a good strategy to retain our doctors?
Who are you directing the question to? It needs to be directed to.
I think Charlene sits on the committee that attracts doctors, so let's start with Charlene. Then Paul,
No,
I don't think the choice would
It
be.
can only be 1 question to 1 candidate.
Okay,
You
okay.
can ask a second question when she's done answering.
Okay, thank you.
So your question is, do I feel it's appropriate that we're purchasing the clinic?
To go to the doctors and essentially, the county has offered to buy the clinic and will reduce their rent for the doctors to 50%, which has currently been moved from 10,000 to 15,000. But the county lawyers are going to the doctors and asking to sign a document before they will buy the clinic, and I feel that's inappropriate. These doctors, 5 of them are ready to leave
What
our
is
community.
your direct question? Okay, Charlotte.
The question is, why do we feel that is a strategy to retain doctors in Lac La Biche? Why is the county going to the doctors to demand they sign a letter to stay here longer, sign a contract, sending a lawyer?
Okay. So the county is looking at purchasing the clinic. The rationale behind that, and it is unfortunately becoming very common across the country, the rationale behind buying the clinic is to allow the doctors to be doctors. They don't want to be business owners, they don't want to be managers, they don't want to hold the hands of their staff, they want to hold the hands of their clients, of their patients. So I do feel that it is appropriate to offer and allow them that opportunity to be a doctor. To offer them 50% rent, I can't comment to that, that's not come into any discussions that I've had. But lowering their rent, allowing them to focus on just being a doctor and care for our community, I believe is very appropriate.
Who would like to ask the next clear directed question?
I have one. This goes to you, Mr. Berthoff. Throughout your campaign, you've made claims that you've brought economic growth, leadership under your term, but the record is a different story. Businesses like McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Tim Hortons, and Dollarama were brought here by county staff. County staff who are unfortunately no longer working with us. Many describe a toxic work environment. You've failed to pay more than $8,000 in property taxes on multiple rolls, and at one time was disqualified under the Municipal Government Act. Rather than taking responsibility, you took the matter to court, you asked residents to cover your legal fees. Then you voted on that proposal yourself, another disqualifying act. You've opened businesses without proper permits, you forced staff to issue non-stop work orders to their own mayor. And unfortunately, those employees also, who are simply doing their jobs, are no longer with the county. So my question to you is this: how can residents trust you to act in their best interest when your actions have repeatedly fallen short of the standards expected of this office?
So just before you respond, Paul, because it is a big question and clearly the community wants a clear answer, we will extend your time to 2 minutes to be able to effectively answer this.
First off, that is not true. And if you read the report, taxes were paid, they were not processed. And this political hit job was thrown out of court, and you can, and I believe it was even published on the court's findings. Question is, why was politics weaponized to go after and try removing an elected mayor? Late tax bill is what they used, but what people don't know is how far they went. They searched everything. They FOIA'd records for the past 20 years, trying to find something. Again, they used the late tax bill, but there was a big motive behind it, and I'll leave it at that.
Who would like to ask the next question? George, you're good?
You didn't comment on the stop work order. You didn't comment on your credit taking for the businesses that have come here by staff who have worked hard. You can say that you did pay your property taxes. It was multiple rolls and it was multiple thousands of dollars. This wasn't me going after you. This isn't the community going after you. The facts are the facts. So I'll ask the question again. How can residents trust you to act in the best interest, in their best interest, when you have not followed the standards of this office to this point?
I did answer your question, and I did say this is not true, and I'm not taking credit for something that I have not done. But to say, to have accountability, this is about finding truth and standing your ground for accountability.
All right, does anybody else have a question?
Not a question, just a comment. So that, are we going to be repeating the same questions? But I do not have any. I don't have any questions. Thank you.
So just to clarify, every candidate had the opportunity to ask 2 questions. There was no guidelines or strict stipulations about what kind of questions there were, as long as it was that with the intent to educate the people. So just to be clear, nobody else has any more questions? Great. We're going to go into closing statements. Each candidate has 3 minutes. Oh, sorry, 3 minutes, so each have 1 minute, I apologize. And we will start with Paul.
Well, thank you to the organizers, and thank you everyone for coming out this evening. I did want to elaborate a little bit about healthcare. Healthcare is always a top priority. I will continue to advocate for the healthcare personnel and to establish our community as a hub, as a regional medical center, to expand access to primary care, mental health services, and surgical capacity. Senior and child care is always part of the healthcare framework, and I will make sure healthcare always remains a priority for council. Despite our tremendous progress over the last few years, there's so much more to be done, and that's why I'm running again. We need to expand our economic corridor, implement affordable housing, education expansion and school choice, strengthen policing and public schooling. Let's keep building, let's keep leading, let's keep the Lac La Biche advantage, re-elect Paul Rita for mayor.
Yes, I'm running on building an economy in Lac La Biche and just ensuring there's employment for young people to try to retain our young people from leaving the community, create jobs for people. I'm going to do that by building a relationship with the oil sands developers in Kaufman. They spend almost $2 billion a year on their maintenance budget. We need to build a relationship. I don't think this Marin County has reached out to our biggest taxpayer. They pay 76% of their budget, about $70 million. So we have to start working with them. We have to build a tourism industry. It starts with cleaning up the lake and making sure that we can bring in more tourists on a year-round basis. The other thing is 45% of the people living in Lac La Biche County are over 50. It's an opportunity to build an industry, making Lac La Biche County a resident of choice for the seniors, and build a community where it brings in more service providers, more cooks, cleaners, management.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over the past 2 terms, I've focused on results that truly matter to Lac La Biche County. I've worked hard to retain doctors, bring in new medical professionals, previously supporting our resident who donated a CT scanner and lobbied for dialysis permanently within our hospital. On economic development, I've helped create an environment where businesses want to invest here, supporting our economic development team, which should be local, in-house, and ours that celebrates us daily, bringing opportunities to town. We've strengthened programs, improved public consultation, we've fallen short on a few, 100%, and we've kept community voices at the heart of decision-making. I stay connected through volunteering and active involvement in groups like the Chamber of Commerce Community Futures, Light Up the Night Parade, and Humane Society, amongst very other volunteer organizations. Lac La Biche, I believe, is ready.
Yes, in closing, it's been far too long. Our government, our local government here has been working on a 4-year version in between elections. I would like to see a plan, especially like for the lake and economic development, show 5, 10, 15-year plan. And education, we got to start our economic development right here at home. We're chasing pie in the sky with plans and packing houses. It's time we educate our workforce here for the plans up there. Those kids will stay here, buy houses, raise their family here, go to school here, and continue. And as the community grows, other people will want to be here instead of flying over our heads. They will want to live here. And we have such a beautiful county with so many amenities and so many lakes and opportunities for the outdoors here. I think we have to start with education.
Thank you so much thank you to all 4 of the candidates for mayor. We appreciate everything you shared with us with the limited amount of time. So with that, thank you so much to all the Lac La Biche citizens and community members who have come out to get informed, and we really strongly encourage everyone to get out on October 20th and exercise your right to vote. Thank you so much to the Chamber of Commerce and Lac La Biche Fishermen Association for hosting this and advocating for our community. Together we are stronger. Have a great evening.
Sorry. Put it on. She wants to say something. Okay, so we gotta ask all candidates to stay.